Hi guys, I'm Avanav. I'm here at the ABR Festival in the UK. With me, I have Antoine from Royal Enfield. Antoine is a senior design engineer here, and Antoine is going to tell us a little bit about the motorcycle. Antoine, welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Big fan of your content.
I'm a big fan of you for what you've done on the bike and the big muscles.
No.
Okay, Antoine.
So you know, I like drawing and designing bikes and listening to your content.
Yeah?
as well. It's
That's
good
so
feedback.
cool. Yeah. So Antoine, I want to understand something from you. Who is this bike for? When you designed this bike, you guys, what was the average, customer you had in mind?
So the main goal was that this motorcycle is supposed to be someone's and could be someone's life saving. So he puts everything he has to own his motorcycle like this one. And what we wanted to do was to offer as much as possible for that person to be happy to own a Himalayan.
Do you have a lot of those people here in Europe as well? Because this is a global product.
Yes. So usually it's people who are very intimidated with their big GSs,
Right.
and they are looking to swap for one of these or having that as a second bike,
Yeah.
and eventually with their wife owning two, and so they
Right.
can ride along together.
There are, in a way, two versions of this motorcycle. One is the rally version. The other is, the stock version, the touring version.
Yeah.
Is everything swappable? What if somebody wants to put racks on the rally version? How does it work?
So we've studied the context of the ABR,
Uh-huh.
and we thought about if someone wants to go there
Uh-huh.
and still have the chance to go on the trails easily,
Uh-huh.
they could just fit their luggage, hard luggage, on top of the rally kit.
Okay. So this will take the pannier stays over here.
So yeah, you can use those to mount the racks
Yeah.
and the top box,
Okay.
And then you come here, you set up your tents and your camp, you dismantle the whole bothering stuff, and
Yeah.
then off you go. You're like, you're back like that.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. It makes a lot of sense. In fact, for a lot of people who like to travel the world and they want a rally seat on the bike, it makes sense to be able to fit, hard luggage, or at least have those racks on and then put those soft luggage, but with a lot more capacity. Yeah.
It wouldn't fit the rally exhaust though.
Yeah. Yeah. It won't fit the rally exhaust. I get that. It's quite upswept.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's the idea was to create a tool with many features fitted already on the bike, to be able to use that like a Swiss knife.
yeah.
You've got loads of accessories, very compact. You carry it with you. It's like a tool.
Uh-huh. So what are some of your favorite, you say there are a lot of parts on the bike that are designed keeping a lot of people in mind. What's your favorite aspect about the motorcycle?
I like the very tiny exhaust.
Yeah?
I've spent loads of hours trying to make something attractive and very well finished. In at the bottom, for example, you've got a nice
Yeah.
connection with the guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is quite hidden, though. You've got some little nice agricultural features, like a tractor kind of thing.
Right.
And the engine, we wanted to give that roundiness.
Uh-huh.
We wanted to show the shape of the barrel, instead of just being straight and square.
Right.
We wanted to give that.
Right. So
little
it
shape
has
to
that little bit of a curve
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Or, the little window for the coolant.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to access. You just kneel and you look.
Yeah.
With a straight bike, of course, on the
Yeah,
central
of course.
stand.
Of course.
We've provided the central stand as well with the bike, so you can easily work on it without
Yeah,
having a workshop,
Especially if somebody gets a puncture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of puncture, you guys also have a set of tubeless rims coming for the motorcycle.
Yes.
Anytime soon?
We're trying hard.
Okay.
We're pushing and pushing and pushing,
Right.
We know that customers are like, come on.
Yeah.
We understood the message.
Right. What else do you like on the motorcycle that you helped design?
I like the fact that it's a bolt-on subframe.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, we looked at many other competitors. I was involved in the Tenere as well.
Oh, lovely.
Some years back.
Okay.
And we couldn't have for some reason, the exhaust is welded on,
Right.
so it bends.
Yeah.
We wanted to avoid that as much as possible. So, if you've got something really badly bent, you can bend it back, of course, if you're on the way. You don't stall somewhere. It doesn't bashes against anything.
Right.
And then later on, you can have to change, instead of changing the whole bike.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. You just mentioned that you also worked on the Tenere.
It's got some,
I've spoken to a few people who've ridden this motorcycle
Yeah.
in other countries. A friend of mine, he came down from Singapore and he has a Tenere back home. I asked him, how does it feel compared to the Tenere? He said the Tenere is super top heavy.
Yes.
He actually enjoyed this bike a lot more than the Tenere, which I found it hard to believe. But because that's a lot more expensive, powerful, and a dual cylinder motorcycle. But he vouched for it. He said it's just too top heavy compared to this one. What would you like to say about that? Anything like that went into the thought process while making the bike?
I remember when we were designing this, for example,
Yeah.
we wanted to do a single part.
Okay.
But it was a big challenge to have one single part with having a removable flap.
Yeah.
Because some people might not like that.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
made sure this is removable.
Right.
Also, the fork protection.
Yeah.
This prevents. Have you seen those?
Yes.
This prevents from stone chips on the forks.
Right.
So when you use the forks,
Yeah.
it doesn't leak,
Yeah.
or at least it's to limit that as much as possible.
Correct. And I believe a lot of extra tooling is required, a lot more effort is required into molding
Yes.
parts which,
Yeah,
go all the way around and,
it's more expensive to have.
yeah.
This is very expensive to have.
Right.
So,
right.
which we've managed to negotiate.
Okay.
It's kind of like a negotiation discussion.
Right. And
We want the best for the customer as much as possible.
Correct. But while you say you want the best for the customers, there are some parts in the motorcycle which seem like a little bit of an oversight.
Yeah.
For example, the side stand.
Yeah.
It's a little too short. A lot of people say it. I mean, you're fairly tall and you're a strong boy, so you probably don't. But a lot of people in India, they complain that we are short. It gets a little difficult for us to make it upright. It's not a top heavy bike. It's not a very heavy bike. But the fact that when it's leaned over, it seems a bit like that.
I can assure you that the message has gone through, and we're trying our best to,
Address the problem.
address to the top people, and then they can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
they can
else?
fix the issue.
What is the most common feedback you guys get about the motorcycle here in Europe versus what kind of feedback do you get in India? Is there a difference in the kind of feedback you get?
A big smile.
Okay. I mean, this bike
This is pretty international.
right. This bike is too new here.
Yeah.
So, maybe a lot of people
are
haven't
people-
experienced it, but they have at the ABR. How has the feedback been here?
They are really surprised how they feel like they are on a big bike.
Uh-huh.
But not only on the quality of the suspension, for example, but also on the finish.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a flimsy little 450. It feels like a very stable, highway capable, off-road capable,
Right.
quality motorcycle. This is the
Okay.
feedback.
And you were telling me a little bit earlier that, some of the other things that you guys are probably going to take a look at. You said the weld quality. Could you elaborate a little bit about that?
So, for example, on the exhaust, we've put loads of attention onto having, perfect welds
Yeah.
without any weld
Yeah.
splats,
Yeah.
or diminish as much as possible. All those welds, we wanted to be proud of how
Right.
it looks, instead of having a rubber on top of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
We wanted to, be able to showcase the weld all around the
Right.
fuel tank,
Right. But these are metal welds here. What about the welds on the frame? A lot of people in India, they're not very happy with the
Yes.
welding on the frame. Is it done by a robot or hand done? I do not know. If you could tell me a little bit about that.
I do not have too much information about
Okay.
the way it actually
Is
is
welded?
processed.
Yeah.
But we're always looking to work on quality, and
Right.
it's with the price point is very difficult.
Yeah.
People need to be aware of that as well. You can't have
course.
everything.
Yeah.
But we're trying to push the quality up every time there is a chance. We've achieved a big gap within all the other bikes with this one, I think, and this is a good thing because now we can say you know, we can use that bike as an example of how we can make things possible.
Right, right.
You know, someone's like, oh no, we can't do this. You know, it's going to be very difficult to achieve, and you're like showing examples of parts on the Himalayan.
Right.
You're like,
yeah.
We've done that. I'm pretty confident we can achieve a very good result.
Okay. So I like the fact that also you guys have been able to work on a lot of modularity of the motorcycle. By that I mean, you know, the seat height, it can go all the way down to 805 by an accessory seat, all the way up to 859 with a rally seat. And in between, you've got a stock seat that can just move up and down.
Yeah, this was a very important feature we wanted to bring.
Yeah.
You know, to give the chance. You know, the first system that was similar was on a 1200 GS. So we were like, this is a simple system. I'm sure we can manage to have it on this tiny bike.
Right. It's also there in my Tiger 1200 and on the Tiger 800, 900, etc.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we wanted to bring those kind of expensive bikes features on something more modest.
Yeah. And then I also like the fact that, you know, the handlebar holder here, this is reversible, so you can actually gain a little bit more space between the rider and the handlebar.
As I said, Swiss knife.
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot for a tiny motorcycle.
Yeah.
And we try to push for as much as possible.
Right. Were you part of the team that also worked on the display of the motorcycle?
Yes.
Yeah. It puts out a lot of information. However, the grouse that I have with the display is, you know, the inbuilt navigation.
Yes.
It's a little bit too slow because it's being cast from, you know, your cell phone to the screen. So on the highway, it's okay, but in the city, it can get a little too slow to react.
Yeah.
So anything that have you guys received that feedback? You must have tried it multiple times. So what's your take on that?
The person in charge of the project is not around, but I can introduce him to you later on.
Okay.
You know, we're trying to.
Okay.
It can't be perfect.
Right.
And we are trying to push hard for updates and upgrades.
Okay. Okay.
But it's good to have feedback. Anyways.
Right. By when can we see some of this feedback that you guys are now actively working on in improving translate into changes that the customer gets to see?
Sooner rather than later.
Okay. Okay, all right then.
Have you had a look at the new soft bags for the...
Yeah, I did. So you worked on those?
Yes, yeah.
Could you tell me a little about them?
So, when you open them, we wanted to have like some latches.
Right.
So not everything falls off the ground and you can easily access to your stuff without carrying them over and being messy and, you know, drop stuff. A tank bag is coming as well.
A tank bag is coming. Oh, that's cool. That is something that I did not know.
Okay.
Yeah. Will it be magnetic or will it be with straps?
Magnetic.
Oh, okay. Big, small, because, you know...
reasonable size.
Okay.
You know, it's not like you're gonna carry an exhaust inside, but, you know, reasonable.
No, because a lot of people, you know, they put like massive tank bags on the motorcycle, and there are others, like I come from a school of thought that I want it to be minimal, just very small, 3 liters or 2 liter capacity. I don't want it to be very big. So
no, it's
will we see different sizes or just one size?
If you want, we can have...
Yeah, let's go there. Let's just walk till there.
You'll have some drawings on the TV.
Talk us through some of the design concepts of the motorcycle that we see on the screen. This seems to be a very early prototype.
Yes, so we've decided to put the old Hemi with the new engine to see how it would be different from the original one. And how the engine would be such an upgrade from the old one.
Okay.
You know, more capable, more bulletproof. You know, with original one, prototype 2.
Right. And here we have the chassis. Right.
So everything was massaged around to have a very high ground clearance, but still keeping the low seat. Here you can see like very original directions, like original Himalayan. And here you've got a little bit of compromise. we're supposed to have the cat box in this area originally, so you know it would have given a little two-strokey kind of
Right,
feel,
right.
or a more kind of tractory agricultural
Okay.
exhaust pipe.
Oh, very radical. You wanted the exhaust to exit at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not a very big fan of that design, but okay.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the
Right.
thought process.
Okay.
You know, highlight the subframe maybe, or you know those
Right.
kind of things.
And this was the final prototype, the clay model.
Yeah, clay model, yeah.
So how come these tires are not, on the production model, like slightly more dual sporty tires?
Yes, so we wanted because we wanted to offer the customer something that was more road,
Right.
For more road use than off-road, and then later on, if they want, they can change
Right.
eventually the tires
Right.
when they wear out. You know, but I reckon these tires are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. I've until and unless I'm going through slush,
Yeah.
I've not had reasons to complain. Okay. Anything interesting that you can tell us? What's happening here?
This is the engine design thought process.
Uh-huh.
So we've had like I've I was thinking, as I told you, a very roundy
Yeah.
and curvy to show the power and the piston. You can
Right.
perceive the piston and the power through the design of the
Right.
engine.
Oh, so the initial switch cubes were different in design, and then you guys decided to do the rotary.
Yes. So this is from another designer whose name is Greg Seed.
Okay.
He's not here today, but
But I find with this, I find the flash to pass, the dipper to be very difficult to operate, though.
okay.
Just a feedback.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, I see the switch cubes. You've standardized these sort of switch cubes on all the motorcycles
To give
now,
the
haven't
Royal
you?
Enfield-ness,
Yeah.
in identity.
I get that.
Because you can see loads of bikes with very similar switch cubes all around.
Right,
And same with the flashers.
right.
These are all my illustrations.
Oh, wow. Whose idea was it to put the tail light as a separate, like integrated into the indicators? Did you work on that too?
Not at first, no.
Okay.
I reckon this is probably Steve's
All right.
feedback on that, or Markwell's.
Okay. Oh, so.
And these are Steve's engineering thought process
Right,
to how the exhaust can be tiny,
right.
but at the same time doing the job.
Uh-huh.
And this is the vibration dampener on the footpeg.
Yeah, I believe you guys wanted the bike to be much lighter than what it turned out to be.
Yes.
And then these vibration dampeners were some of the things that you had to add because it would obviously vibrate a little bit and you wanted to dampen all of that.
Yeah, so we compromised weight for riders' comfort.
Okay.
So sometimes we need to handle and we need to battle and we need to massage
Right.
to satisfy pretty much every criteria.
Right. And what about the fog lamps? When are they coming
I
out?
wanted to bring. This is the Tankbag. Sorry.
Ah, I see. Okay, pretty cool.
So this is
it
coming.
seems a little tall though. I have something similar on my Tiger. I don't use it, it's too tall. But here on this bike, with the rally seat, you sit on top of the bike, so it's not that bad. Yeah. Okay, this is the concept design for the rally seat.
The rally fairing and the seat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is not the stock exhaust, is it? It seemed like the longer exhaust on this one.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps. Yeah, this is the rally exhaust.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Anything else that you can tell me about through some of these designs that are going on screen right now?
This is just the model. Foam model. This is after the clay
Okay,
to make sure that all the proportions are right and all the shapes are
okay,
within the brief.
okay.
You can also try it standing, sitting,
Right.
to make sure
right.
everything is fine.
Uh-huh. Ah, I see the tank bag now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I just...
It's going to be slightly less tall than that.
Okay. Any idea when that's coming out?
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right, I guess we've gone through pretty much everything now. Yeah, all right. Thanks, man. Thank you so
very
much.
Yeah.
All right. I've been trying to catch a hold of this guy for Antoine for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
But
It's
just
been-
that,
it's
either
been
he's
busy.
busy or
Yeah.
I'm busy. But tell
Or
me this
busy
also.
riding.
A lot of people, like I had no idea that so many people are interested in the Himalayan in the UK.
Yeah.
You guys have seen a lot of footfall.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of customers coming in, a lot of riders coming in and checking the bikes out. You've been explaining to a lot of them.
They are surprised about the quality and what it can do for how much.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was really important to make something affordable.
Yeah.
You don't need like a price tag of a GS to enjoy comfort or touring, or you can have something very affordable, approachable,
Right.
and if not having two of them with your wife and go all around the world, or even
Yeah. You think this bike will go around the world easily in comfort?
I reckon, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I intend to myself to go. I wish I could go to Africa with it, try it in the sand or in the Himalayas, pillion with my wife in the back.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
you so much.
Thank
Guys,
you.
this is Antoine. Thank you for all these insights.
Thank you very much.
I hope I see you at the Motorverse.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.